What's up, mighty boys and girls, it's your Ranger Boy here with a quick but also quite interesting video. So apparently, from April 19th until just recently, May 2nd, a Japanese site called NLab Media just recently hosted a popularity poll asking their readers one question: who is your favorite Pokemon anime heroine? As you can see, over 5,000 people took part in this, and the results in my opinion are quite shocking. So if you want to know more, then grab some popcorn, grab some cookies, and let's do this. At number 10 we have Bonnie with only 37 votes, which equals 0.7%. Man, that right here kinda breaks my heart, since I always assumed that Bonnie would be at least a little bit more popular than this. But only 37 votes out of 5,431 votes. Ouch. But I can somewhat understand the low number, since Bonnie is more like a Max kind of role and therefore isn't as heavily in the spotlight as the female protagonists are. But this rather underwhelming result is still really shocking to me. Number 9, Marlowe with only 96 votes, which equals 1.8% of the poll. Another shocking result for who is possibly my favorite Cinnamon character. I loved her overall vibes, positive energy and enthusiasm, but just like Bonnie, her ranking really took me by surprise. I guess my favorite Alolan girl is the least popular Alolan girl. Oh man, let us just move on. Number 8, Iris, with 171 votes. Okay, I'll be honest here, I kinda expected a rather low ranking of Iris. You could say that maybe if they would have ended the poll right after the Pokemon Journeys episode, then she would have scored much better. But we also can't deny that the black and white anime did leave a damaging impression on the fandom. So in my opinion, even with the Pokemon Journeys episode, she would have been maybe number 6 at best. Sorry Iris, I still really like you a lot. Number 7, Lana, with 3.7% of the poll. I wasn't really surprised that she's more popular than Iris, but the distance between the two of them wasn't really that much. I personally really like Lana and her shy personality, and from a pure story point of view, she was one of the most solid characters in the Sun and Moon anime, with a progression that was steady and was really logical. And this one is probably one of the placings I can agree with. Number 6, Koharu, with 302 votes. Can somebody please explain to me how Koharu scored this high? Before reading the poll, I expected her to place very low, since she really didn't receive that much screen time in Pokemon Journeys. Is it recency bias? Or maybe her character design? Don't get me wrong, I expressed on numerous occasions that I like Koharu a lot, and the rather unique approach that the anime does with her. But does that really justify her nearly entering top 5 territory? I'm very conflicted about this one, honestly. Number 5, wow, May, with 385 votes. We entered top 5 territory and it's May. As a huge fan of May myself, of course I expected her to rank high, and I'm overall happy that she is placed number 5. She was the first ever female protagonist whose story I really got heavily invested in, and combining that with her adventurous and gentle spirit, it's quite charming. But her very long years of absence somewhat left a dent in her popularity, which really showcased by the next entry, but till this day, one of my all-time favorites. Number 4, Lily, who is the first person with a double-digit percentage. And in my opinion, this right here was the most predictable placement. Since day one, Lily has been the most popular character in all of Sun and Moon, and from both story, character, and character development, she received the most relevant screen time out of all of the Sun and Moon gang. Both her connection with the Ultra Beast and her quest to find her dad were major storylines, and throughout the time, we could see how Lily overcame one obstacle after another, no matter what, from her phobia till her mastery of her Z-Ring. So even though it was pretty much expected, it's still well deserved. Number 3, Misty, with 814 votes, which equals exactly 15%. Of course, I expected Misty to be top 3, since she still is a very iconic character who has both the nostalgia and the first ever girl bonus. Furthermore, during Gen 7, she got some heavy exposure with 2 returns within the Sun and Moon anime and a remake of the first Mewtwo movie, so I assume that also boosted her popularity a lot, despite being such an old character. I personally don't really like her tomboy and feisty character, but I also know many people who love those tropes. So given all the context that I just mentioned before, the placement is what you would expect. Okay, now I have to talk about the top 2 placements together, because both the stats and the numbers of both of them are ridiculous. At number 2, we have Dawn with 1,397 votes, aka 25.7%, and then at number 1, Serena with 1,425 votes, which is 26.2%. I mean, Long, why are you so shocked? Till this day, both Diamond and Pearl and XY are considered the best Pokemon anime seasons of all time, and both Dawn and Serena heavily contributed to that popularity. I mean, sure, you can say that, And yes, I expected both of them to reign supreme, but not like this. From number 10 till number 3, both the voting numbers and the percentages were rather close to each other. But as soon as we enter number 2 with Dawn, the gap and the difference in numbers and therefore the difference in popularity is insane. Just look at this graph alone. That alone tells the story. And also, just think about this. Both Dawn and Serena's numbers combined are over 50% of the entire poll. And the other half is just sprinkled throughout the rest of the girls. Some people might say that Dawn had a surge in popularity thanks to both Diamond Pearl remakes and Pokemon Legends, but I really have to disagree on that one. From what I can tell, Dawn always has been hugely popular in Japan, so for her to have this close race with Serena, only losing by a difference of only 0.5%. From the numbers alone, I can tell that not only are both girls pretty much equal in terms of popularity, but also that both Serena and Dawn have no competition going up against them. No May, no Lily, and not even Misty. And this overall dominance of both girls. That is why, in my opinion, this recent Japan poll is quite shocking. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this short video. What is your opinion on the results? Tell me, and just like always, I see you guys in the comments down below. Bye guys!